In 40 years what will people be nostalgic for? Honestly probably malls. I feel like a lot of them are going out of business and getting torn down. Well, at least the old mall experience. The internet, hell. I'm nostalgic for it now. Not the final form that the internet has taken over the past decade or so, but those Wild West days before YouTube, Facebook, social media, Reddit, finding weird ass sites, GeoCities pages, looking up cheat codes for GTA, hanging out on forums, seeing something go truly grassroots viral, and not just because it's trending on Instagram or something. Those days when no company knew what the hell the internet was or how to market on it. It was just left to the nerds and the kids who were making up the rules as they went along. I miss when the internet felt like a little adventure rather than a time sink or utilitarian tool to get the day-to-day done. Poppable bubble wrap. Movie DVDs. With everything going digital, I think production houses will soon stop making DVDs and just start streaming the movies in either their respective streaming platforms or sell them to other platforms like Netflix. I think YouTube, like how us 80s-90s babies miss early Nickelodeon and Saturday morning cartoons, I think future generations will miss the unlimited content. Back in my days we used video games with controllers. Being able to say it must have got lost in the mail or I didn't get your text as a lie for ignoring someone. Privacy and water. High quality Nerf blasters. Freedom on the internet. I have a running joke that I'm from the future and I'm relieved that I'm back in the glory days of 2020. Split screen gaming. It's already sorta not a thing anymore. Privacy. Top 3 things that came to my mind. Going to the movies, being able to flip to a random channel, driving to places. Maybe 40 years is too soon for this to be nostalgic, but it'll happen soon enough. Driving a car yourself. Freedom and privacy. We are losing both at an alarming rate. We just spent 5 months with family, having dinners together, watching TV together, playing games, just being a family. Kids are going to grow up remembering the time they had with their parents and siblings. There will be good memories. Drinks full of sugar, food full of salt. Oh, and antibiotics that still work. Privacy and the ability to go somewhere without seeing 75 cameras all the time. Went to the beach today and no one was in the water except for me and my friend. Everyone else was waiting for golden hour in their dry beach wear. Polar bears. Probably a lot of stuff people will be nostalgic for isn't even invented yet. 40 years ago was 1980. I was a teenager. If that question had been asked then, some very similar answers would have been given. Clean air, clean water, clean earth, non-radioactive land between 3 Mile Island and the getting hot Cold War. We thought there was a pretty good chance of some kind of nuclear apocalypse. Various species of animals, neither the California condor nor the American buffalo, among others, were looking too good. There was some general fear about computers and what they would do. See films like 1983's War Games, and yet, here we are. A little better in some aspects and a little worse than others. 2020 is quite a downer of a year, but human beings are endlessly optimistic and adaptable. I predict in 40 years we'll look back on some of our fears today like 80s folks look back on things like Genesis Land of Confusion video, a little nostalgic, a little embarrassed, and a little humbled by both how much and how little has changed. There is an entire generation that's growing up on finger puppet videos and random kid themed YouTube channels right now. Honestly, I'm scared of the hell to be brought upon us in 30, 40 years. God, this comment section is depressing. Healthy spines and happiness. These replies are depressing. No wonder no one wants kids. Clean air. Buttons. Hardcover books. Payphones. Imagine trying to explain to your grandchildren. Back in my day, if I needed to be picked up from the park, I called collect on the payphone to my mom. And when the machine asked who was calling, you said pick me up at 5:30 please, so you didn't have to pay for the call. The Nintendo Wii. Comfortable temperatures. Flipping through cable aimlessly, not really sure what will be on any channel, and just going till you hit something decent. The Play Simmed now has free cable included, and sometimes I'll waste hours just flipping through. It feels just like the early 2000s again, and is a crazy throwback feeling to watching TV before everything was on apps and on demand. You kinda forget you used to watch TV by finding the channel, and how you felt like you just found $5 if you happen to catch a good episode rerun of one of your favorite sitcoms late at night when most of the channels were doing late night infomercials. Or how if you couldn't find anything good, so yeah, just sit there and watch an infomercial about Bowflexes for half an hour. And watching the news air on TV instead of getting news through YouTube videos or posts on social media. If you wanted to know whether it was gonna rain that weekend, you had to wait till the news cycled back to the weatherman every 20 minutes or so, having to plan bathroom sprints around commercial breaks so you didn't miss a big play during a big championship game. The experience of watching PRN by Cinemax late at night when everyone else in the house was asleep, planning your whole afternoon around getting all your errands done by dinner time so you could catch Jeopardy or Judge Judy, watching cooking shows in your underwear and trying to write down a recipe and getting mad because you missed a step and it's live so you can't rewind it like you can now with DVR or on demand. Cash money. Besides the occasions when dealing with cash is just a lot more convenient, it's art all those paper bills and coins are designed. Some are beautiful. Work-related pensions. Their youth. Having people stay 6 feet away from you at all times and all places. The environment that COVID showed us when we stopped polluting it for 2 weeks. Minecraft. Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it's still good. Koalas. The Rock. Playing physical games with friends. Going to friends' houses to play basketball, soccer and a few video games, and then have a sleepover. Socializing to the extent even the youngest here have experienced. Restaurants packed with people. The 2010s. That one hentai I watched in the car while on a road trip. Seafood. There won't be anything left in 40 years. Edit, I get it, there will be some sort of sea life clinging on to eat. My point is nobody will be eating halibut and tuna on the regular because we killed 90% of them. Cars with a manual gearbox. When Reddit awards were so few and meaningful. Being rickrolled. Local stores. Places like New York and Chicago being destinations of choice for travelers. The short period of time in 2020 when most of us got to spend some time at home with our families. Traffic was bearable. People in the supermarkets were asked to keep distance. As an introvert, I'm gonna miss it for sure. As a doctor, not so much. Glaciers. The United States Postal Service. The 1950s. People are always nostalgic for the backward 50s. Less saggy body parts. Democracy and fair elections. When Earth wasn't conquered by zombies. This moment now, sitting with my 3-year-old, mesmerized by his little blonde curls as we watch a Disney movie. Handshakes when you meet someone. I already get emotional when I hear Mario Galaxy music, and I'm getting to that point with Undertale too. Somebody is gonna walk in and blast Megalovania or his theme, or maybe the Mario Galaxy Space Junk Galaxy music, and the whole room is gonna be crying. I'm already nostalgic for a certain man pirating site, and it only died around a week ago. The sound of a V8. Back in my day, we drove the car ourselves. Life pre-COVID. We will refer to them as the before times. Express your opinion anonymously on internet. Cake days. Have a happy one. Winter. Original movies. Predictable weather.